evening to you. No shenanigans tonight, got it?
Hey there.
One rarely sees such a drunken mess.
Did you say mass? Sorry, but I'm no priest. I did preach a sermon once, though.
Elvis comes to see us.
braver Köter. Ganz brav.
Tick.
Hey there. Look, make
Pardon me. Sorry, I was confirming that thing. Sorry, I caught the plague.
You feel like I'm... Don't worry. I'll let you rest. But first, I need to know who you've been seeing lately. And where. What? Why? I need to find out where and how you got infected. What's that got to do with the others? The sickness spreads through foul air. Anyone breathing the same air as you might be at risk. You sound like you know what you're talking about. And I believe you've got your reasons.
Oh.
But I'm a confessor. I can't. I mustn't break the seal of confession or tell you what anyone confided in me.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize my camera cap was up. If he's a confessor, that's actually a very good clue on its own right there. Let's do it this way.
This isn't just about you. Exactly. It's about the souls I help unburden of their sins.
I got spurs on my jester shoes? That's hilarious.
Betraying. And what about those who never got the chance to confess? What if they catch the sickness and die?
I'm Henry
Don't
Chopper.
their souls matter to you? It's not that. But I don't know how to help. Can't you at least point me in the right direction?
Would point a straw, hat gang.
I could at least point the way. There's something that might be connected to this dreadful sickness. Look in my cell. It's the one beneath the abbot's chamber, opposite the spiral staircase. Here's the key. I think you'll find something there that might help you. What am I looking for? That you'll have to find out for yourself. I understand. I won't pressure you. Get some rest. Wait, please. Do you think that I might ask you for something? What is it? I'd like to have some flowers. Something living to cover up the ever-present stench of decoctions. I'll see what's growing nearby and bring you some. It'll brighten the place up a bit at least. Thank you, lad.
Hold on, I gotta take a picture of this. I can't screenshot it right now. Oh, I can't actually... Fuck, okay. I'll go get you fresh flowers. Because my dried out ones apparently don't give off a scent. I don't want to touch that water.
It's like someone stabbed me with a red-hot poker.
I see. It sounds like an ordinary, woman's matter. It usually comes with its fair share of
What?
pain.
What do you mean, woman's matter? This is different. Trust me, I can tell.
In that case, I don't know. I don't have the necessary theoretical knowledge for this.
I don't mind. I'll take anything you have. A bit of hogweed, at least. Or a leech to suck the bad stuff out.
The pain you describe likely can't be treated with medicine. Maybe repentance will help? Forgive me, I have other duties to attend to.
Great. Now what am I going...
Is there anything I can help you with, good wife?
Who are you calling good wife? The name's Maddie. And no, only a Sawbones can help me. Or the Reaper, maybe.
Then it's your lucky day. Because I'm a bit of both. Tell me what's
Oh,
bothering you.
fuck, that's heavy. I can't believe he
It
just
hurts
said
like
that.
hell. Here, below my belly. It feels like a couple of hounds fighting over a piece of bacon. And the Holy Brother over there won't help. Says it's a woman's issue. Only I'm regular as a Vesper's bell. This is something else.
That's a vivid description. What were you doing before it started hurting?
Working like a dog I was. Who said I wasn't? Zdeněk? Alright, so I sat down on the stairs, just for a little while. My legs were killing me. Besides, those stairs were bloody hard. And ice cold too. It's a wonder I didn't freeze
No.
in place.
All
Just
right,
want your pillow.
enough. I get it. How long has it been hurting?
Well, it started the day before yesterday, and it's only gotten worse since then. And I've tried everything. Calamus, yarrow. I even prayed to Saint Benedict and rubbed garlic on my stomach. I even tried hanging from a ladder upside down so it could pass through me. All for nothing. And I almost bashed my head getting down.
All right. I'll try to help you somehow. If you sat on cold steps for a while, you might have caught cold from below.
Whatever it is, I just want it to stop hurting. Sakura. Let them rinse me out with holy water for all I care. Or at least tie a knot in my guts, or I swear they are gonna come spilling out.
I have this medicine here. Maybe it'll help you feel better. Here. If it's as strong as it smells, you'll be back in fine fettle in no time.
Are you sure about this? This looks like the stuff I had to gurgle that one time when I ate too much bacon. But, alright then. I'll hand it over before I give birth over here. What the... Holy Mary, did you hear that too? It's coming from my belly. That swill must be coming back up. What did you do to me? Now I need a bucket for each end. How am I supposed to work now? I can barely crawl.
Well, I can't be a successful doctor every time.
Don't shove.
I thought you said it was coming back up. We'll see how she is later.
What do you want here?
I Actually, I want to see something. Oh, hold on. It's not sealing, it's at open.
Nothing's helping.
What's the matter? Do you need me to take you to the infirmary? You're writhing around like a worm in salt.
Forgive me, I have a fever of decoction brewing and, it needs straining.
I can't feel my legs or my back. Just a burning pain so bad, even the devil would ask for a cold cloth.
Is there anything I can help you with, good wife?
Who are you calling? And no.
Then it's your... Tell me what...
Well, and the whole only...
That's a... What we...
Worthless...
Alright. How long...
Callum, I even...
Alright. If you...
Or it...
Wait here. I'll stop by the infirmary. I'm sure they'll give me something to help you.
God bless you. Not many folks would make the effort. Poor
Well,
Mummy.
I'll try this a different
Don't
way.
shove.
How do you feel?
Like
Don't worry. I'll let you rest. But first, I need to know who you've been seeing lately. And where.
What?
What the hell?
We need to find out where and how.
What?
The sickness...
You said I can't.
But this... And what about... Can't you at least...
Perhaps look in my... I think...
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait. Please.
What is it? I'll see...
Don't... What?
Master, there's this girl who caught a chill in her lower passages. Can I send it to you?
How did she manage that? Did she raise her skirt for you, somewhere there was a draft?
I've got nothing to do with it. She sat down on some cold steps after a hard day's work, and now she's in awful pain.
Well, she should drink as much as she can. It might hurt all the more because of it, but perhaps it will flush out the source of the pain. Movement is recommended for stomach aches, but any physician will tell you the best thing for any illness is rest.
That's quite a wide variety.
You never know with women. Their insides are set up like a pantry. Each one is different, and only the woman herself knows her way around.
What the fuck? That
So
wasn't
you
helpful.
came here with Master Albic. I suppose that would make you his assistant?
Yes, I suppose you could say that. My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Benedict the Novice, but I reckon the abbot already told you that.
Yes, he said you would show us to our lodging, as well as the infirmary.
Your room is at the other end of the infirmary. It'll be the door on the left. There's an alchemy workshop in the other room. Master Albik should find everything he needs there. Though if he needs any fresh herbs, there's also the monastery's garden. Brother Joachim, our herbalist, would be more than happy to help him.
Good to know. Thank you. Benedict, I need your help.
You too? Lord in heaven!
It isn't for me. This girl who helps out around the styes has stomach pains.
I see. I told her I can't help her. Not that I don't want to, it's just that I'm not educated in women's issues. Understandably, there aren't many books on the topic in the monastery's library. And to tell you the truth, she was a bit frightening.
This isn't about her time of the month. She says it hurts when nature calls. That can affect men just as well as women.
Perhaps, but I still truly don't know how to help. Maybe Master Albik would know, or you can try the monastery's library.
Thanks, brother. Master, I need your advice. A girl is feeling ill, and you're the only one who might be able to help. It's a bit, unusual.
Another fallen ill. And another girl, no less.
It seems her lower passages may have caught a chill from sitting on cold steps for too long.
Of course! This is just like the case Trotter of Salerno wrote about. Coldness in the lower abdomen. Inflammation of the urinary tract accompanied by sharp pains. This can lead to bladder distension or pelvic congestion.
Aye. It sounds like all that's happening while we're standing here talking about it.
You don't see a case like this every day. I'll have to write down all my findings in detail.
So do you know what to do? You've treated this before?
Not at all. I've never come across something like this. Most women sort out their problems with the help of herb women, whispering into the water and brewing potions according to the stars. Usually, they only come and see a studied physician when it's already too late.
Well, she went to see Benedict, but he seemed even more flustered than she was.
I'm not surprised. Only a handful of physicians have read De Curis Mulierum, even though it has so much knowledge to offer.
So, how can I help, Maddie? The poor girl is suffering like a wounded animal.
Of course. This calls for a concoction with soothing and diuretic effects. Here's the recipe. Brew it with care. She should feel relief almost immediately, but I've heard it may cause delirium and facial twitching. Like I said, I haven't tried it myself.
Right. Thank you.
He won't put up with your shit.
You're about as much fun as a...
Holy fuck, that's a lot of dandelions.
What do you want here, you scoundrel?
Messy ass garden. Deja vu. Oh, actually, I will take some mint. I'm gonna say I got some chamomile growing over here. There we go. Wait, where's this Yokim?
Ooh, just a bit more.
Oh, I gotta a way to get his attention. Yeah.
Ow! Kurva! Stop fooling around with those stones.
I can't talk to the herbalist, never mind. It worked though. Okay, I haven't went very far from the infirmary, but oh. I think they buried some of them vertically. Anyways, let's get back to the infirmary.
I brought the flowers you asked for.
May the Lord reward you.
Let's give him one mint, some marigolds, a chamomile, and another chamomile.
Here they are.
Thank you, lad. Would you put them in the jug for me?
I figure the mint may actually help with his breathing. Oh shit, do you see that? But that can't be the plague because it's not all over his face as well. Oh, wait. Let me investigate.
For Christ's sake, my head's killing me.
And my shoulder. It looks like we're even.
No, his neck looks normal. I don't know how to explain it, but there's this condition with the plague. Something happens to your neck with this thing right here. It becomes two. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. Grind the nettle and throw it in the cauldron. Bellows for 1 turn. Add the valerian. And boil for 2 turns. Grind the ginger and throw it in.
I should have boiled those nettles on a higher flame.
We can try again. How's that for a hotter flame? Whatever, we'll try it anyways.
left those nettles on the fire too long, I reckon.
At least my butthole won't hurt anytime soon. Okay, I get where I fucked up.
I should have boiled those nettles on a higher flame.
What the fuck? Oh, I can bellow it from there. Hal, the learned alchemist. Okay, let's bellow it and then lower it. What
I
the
boil those
actual?
nettles too long?
Are you fucking kidding me? I should actually take a minute and read this. Oh, fuck off, really? I guess I gotta initiate some stuff first.
What do you want here, you scoundrel?
What an asshole. I'm saving these people.
Fuck me.
Not into dudes.
Why don't you go somewhere else? For good,
Where did she go, though? Oh, hey, I'll take this.
This book might have something about Maddie's troubles. Kitty! Kitty!
Yay! Where'd he go, though?
Don't you think I don't know who you are?
I'm famous. I can just take these.
Lord God, fill this monastery.
It's not counted as stealing.
I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, okay, so this is definitely not a reskin of Sedletz or Sasao. A lot of stuff looks very different. I have stuff to help with your butt.
About that medicine.
Tell me you've got good news.
Here. If it's as strong as it smells, you'll be back in fine fettle in no time.
By all the saints. Bless you. That looks like just the potion to set me right.
I'll be right back.
Foy. It smells like you boiled an old boot with rotten garlic. But what have I got to lose? Hang on. It's really settling down.
Does it still hurt?
Not much. Kind of like a farmhand's pay. This is lovely. Lad, you saved my life. If there were more men like you, there'd be less crying girls in the world. What a relief. It's finally eased up a bit.
God be with you, neighbor.
Good day.
Apparently they took Blacksmith to the infirmary.
Aye.
What
so
do you
I
want,
heard.
you scoundrel? What's the matter with her?
She had a terrible fever. The poor thing couldn't even get out of bed.
Sweet
There's
Mother
no
Mary,
talking to her.
what a relief.
She kept babbling in your
Finally,
ear.
my insides don't feel like they're on fire.
Just awful.
I know. When the young novice Benedict came to see
Let me give you a piece of advice. Stay away from
Maybe it
those
was just his first time
labourers
seeing a
working
woman.
on the street.
What did he say?
Very nothing. He just broke her to me with those filthy hands of hers. You made me sick, and they dirtied up my dress too.
God be with you, my friend.
Greetings to you as well.
I tried that already.
Ugh, what a mess.
You act like you don't know him, the coward.
What do you want
Says
here?
I should just wait until they finish the monastery.
That's real kindly of him. And when's that supposed to be?
He says it might be a while. Apparently the floor caved in. You can't fix that in a day.
Look out!
What do you want, lad?
You're Zdeniak, right? They say you're the steward here. I need to find out something about Blacksmith.
She's lying in the infirmary. What's it to you?
She's in a bad way. Master Albic is treating her. To work out what's wrong, I need to know what she's been doing lately.
Oh, I see. That's different. What do you want to know then?
What sort of work does Blacksmith usually do?
All sorts. She's a maid, so she does whatever needs doing.
Did she ever go into the monastery?
What would she do there? Women aren't allowed in. But she still manages to get what she's not allowed.
What do you mean by that?
It'll sound terrible with her being sick now.
Whatever it is, out with it.
I think she's been stealing. Lately, food's been going missing from the pantry. And she and I are the only ones with a key. I was just about to throw her out, but then she fell ill.
Where does Blacksmith sleep? I'd like to take a look at her
She
room.
probably sleeps in the barn.
How do I know you won't nick something?
Excuse me? I can bring Master Albic here if you like, but he's got better things to do.
I mean,
I'm
to be
saving Blacksmith from
fair,
the others.
All right, no need to shout. Blacksmith sleeps in the house across from the church.
oh, she
like
gets an
most
actual
of them.
house.
When you enter, go through the door on the right, then up the stairs. Her bed and chest are by the window.
I'll take a look there if that's all right. Who was Blacksmith closest with here?
She shared a room with Valerie. I had to separate them more than once so they'd stop chatting and get to work.
And how do I recognise Valerie?
Easy. She's the only blonde among the maids.
And where do I find Valerie?
That's her, standing over there. But listen, don't tell her what I suspect. She might take it the wrong way.
Thanks. I need to find something out about Blazena, and they say you know her better than anyone.
Well, we share a room, but we're not that close, really. Why?
I'm helping the physician treating her, and anything I find out could help. I spoke to the steward, but he wasn't very helpful.
Zdeněk? I don't know. I doubt I'll
You're
tell you
kicking the
anything he hasn't
cushions,
already.
What is it? Why are you suddenly on edge?
When Blazena fell ill, I was there. I sleep right next to her. What if I caught it too?
Don't pretend. You were calm until I said your steward sent me.
Shh! Quiet!
What is it?
I'll tell you something, but not in front of him. If he heard, he'd skin me alive.
As long as I'm here, he won't touch you. You've got nothing to fear.
That's just it. You're not here forever. One day you'll leave, and then what'll happen to me?
I don't think Zdeněk will forget about me so easily.
All right then. What did Zdeněk tell you about Blazena?
Not much, really. Just that she's a maid and all that. That's why I was hoping you'd tell me more.
Did he try telling you she's a thief?
And is she?
That scoundrel. I knew he'd try feeding you lies.
How can you be so sure Zdeněk lied to me?
Because I caught him red-handed. I saw him going through Blazena's things. Her chest.
You think he was looking for something?
Maybe. I saw him take something out of her chest.
And do you know exactly what he took?
No. It was already getting dark, and the bastard's quick with his hands. But it must have been something small. Right after that, he slipped out and went down into the cellar outside.
And what sort of cellar is it?
The entrance is in the yard, under the stairs. There's food down there, but mainly that's where the monastery wine is kept. There are a few rooms down there, and only Zdeněk has a key to some of them.
Sounds like a perfect place to stash stolen goods. Do you know where Zdeněk sleeps? Maybe I should have a look.
We live in the same house. Me and Blazena sleep upstairs. He's got a bed in the kitchen downstairs, just opposite the door.
But why would Zdeněk lie about Blazena stealing?
I don't know what went on between them, but lately he's been giving her a hard time. I think he wants to get rid of her.
Now? When poor Blazena's ill?
That's just grist to his mill. The poor lass can't even defend herself, and he wants to take advantage of it.
Where did Blazena usually go around the monastery?
All over?
Right, but that doesn't help me. Where did only she go?
Zdeněk gave her the pantry key, so she was the only one who had access to it.
And where is that pantry?
That same cellar I already told you about. The one I saw Zdeněk run into.
Why would the steward want to get rid of an ordinary maid?
Isn't it enough that he's a scoundrel? Maybe he fancied her and she laughed in his face. Serves him right.
Did Blazena have a sweetheart?
That? I'm not entirely sure.
So someone's been sniffing round her?
I only ever saw her once, chatting cheerfully in the doorway of the monastery with some monk.
Monks aren't supposed to talk to women, right?
And I haven't told anyone but you about it, and you keep it to yourself too. Blazena's got it hard enough as it is.
That'll do for now. I'll take a look in that cellar and see what I can find.
Right, but how is all this supposed to help Blazena get better?
Well, to be honest, I don't know myself. But Master Albic said to find out what I can.
And how is Blazena doing?
Don't worry about her. Albic treated King Wenceslas himself. Illnesses don't scare him.
If you say so. That does make me feel better. Let's hope she recovers. I miss her high spirits. And her laugh. Without her, it's so horribly quiet here.
Finally.
sage for cooking, and he seemed down. Must be. They have
That's
those
a lot of
two
coin.
monks at the monastery.
Suspiciously much for a common maid.
Shove.
What a relief. It's finally eased up a bit.
I know very well what you've done.
Almost hear the angels coming.
Boy, didn't do a thing. Fuck, where was that cellar again? Food pantry.
Careful!
And don't come back!
Be on your way.
What did I do to you?
Clear off.
That's a lot of water. What's Stenyak using it for? These must be barrels from Lorca. Someone's been hammering these barrels shut. An empty wine barrel. Of course. Now I get it. Steward Zdenyak's watering down the monastery wine. If the abbot found out about this, he'd throw him out.
Let's tell her first. No, we can't.
I know you're watering down the monastery wine.
I beg your pardon?
Don't act like you didn't hear. You know exactly what I meant.
You feeling all right? Maybe you should lie down.
I saw your cellar.
What? But no one's allowed down there.
And I know exactly why. Now we're gonna have a little chat.
All right. But not here. Come with me, if anyone heard you.
I'm not going anywhere with you. We're talking here and now.
Oh, come on.
No, come on.
Shh, not so loud.
What, you don't want anyone to hear? Then talk.
All right. I won't say another word. Just stop shouting. So what the hell do you want from me? Coin?
Why did you lie to me about Blazena? About her stealing?
What's Blazena got to do with all this anyway? Did that bitch tell you something?
She didn't say a word, because she couldn't. She's barely alive. And anyway, why would she tell me anything?
Because she figured it out too. One time I forgot to lock the cellar door behind me and she caught me at it.
So that's why you lied about her? So no one would believe her if she gave you away? You're a right bastard, you know that?
Go to hell.
They say you were rummaging through her chest. And you took something.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Don't deny it. They saw you. So what did you take?
I found a key in her chest.
What key? What's it for?
It's for the monastery cellar.
You mean your cellar?
No, it's the key to the cellar under the monastery.
But how would Blazena get something like that? Women aren't even allowed in the monastery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Christ. And that's all you know?
That's it, I swear.
Then give me the key.
I don't have it on me.
So where is it?
It's hidden, where I keep the silver from the watered wine. I figured you'd want something in return for keeping quiet.
Keep the silver. I just want the key.
Really? Then it seems we have a deal. Come with me.
I got the feeling he might try to fight me.
Come closer. I don't want to shout here.
So where's the key?
Wait, I can't seem to find it.
What do you mean you can't find it?
I must have dropped it somewhere. Or someone nicked it. I swear.
All right. I believe you. Now get out.
Wait. Promise me you won't tell the abbot about the wine. He'd have me hanged. Or kicked out if I'm lucky. But if I stay here at the monastery, I could be useful to you.
How useful?
As the steward, I can get all sorts. Lockpicks and other handy things.
We'll see. I'll think about it. But now clear off.
Hey, didn't you want something? Stop stalling. Hey, didn't you want something? Well, what are you waiting for?
prowling around here for?
Brother Petramil?
Hold on. My buddy was asking me if I wanted to play Arc Raiders
And
after.
you are? My name's Henry. I'm accompanying Albik of Unichov. The abbot said you'd show me around the monastery.
Of course.
I've been trying to unlock the
grounds
skin.
are
I keep seeing
extensive,
people to
And
target.
I'm glad you're open to advice on
Or
getting
seeing
around.
people being told
Would
to
you like
target.
to go now?
On the memes.
Yes, please.
Our monastery was the first Cistercian monastery in Bohemia, and is thus the mother of all our order's monasteries in these lands. This is the gate to the monastery. Within the monastery grounds, you'll find the workers' dwellings, farm buildings, and fish ponds.
He's going
And
full
on the far
curator
side of the
mode with
monastery,
this
we've got
introduction.
an orchard and gardens.
I saw quite a few knights here.
Ah.
Do they live
Wah.
here?
Those are brothers of the Teutonic
Wow.
Order. The abbot offered them lodging while they're gathering resources in Kuttenberg for their next campaign.
How long are they supposed to stay?
No one knows. But it doesn't look like they're in any great hurry.
What's that room? What's that room? You're missing parts of the tour.
I know very well what you've done here.
It's probably gonna turn into a thing where I'm all like, I know what you've done. But I don't have anything yet.
This is the kitchen. From here, Salarius Julian oversees the state of the monastery stores and the meals for the brothers.
Good to know where to come if I get hungry.
Yes. But please, try not to speak with the other brothers too much.
Why not? Have they taken a vow of silence?
The rule of Saint Benedict encourages the cultivation of silence. The brothers shouldn't be chatting idly, but rather turning their minds to work and to God.
What if I need something?
In case of need, of course you may speak to them. But for ordinary tasks and objects, we've developed our own gestures. You don't need to learn them, though. As a guest, you won't need access to such things. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me.
I'm probably gonna need them.
Hey, another cistern. And I still don't know where that water is coming from. Here in the middle of the monastery.
This is our monastery library and scriptorium. Brother Crispin, our
you
librarian,
suck. I've already been
does a
here.
splendid job. Our collection may not be the largest, but it's exceptionally colorful.
What's your scriptorium working on?
Brother Yaroslav is working day and night translating some Italian book. He's the most gifted translator I've ever met.
Oh, I'm gonna need to come back and actually read these.
What do you mean?
Well, he's a bit of a free thinker.
And how does that show?
He asks senior brothers about matters a devout brother ought not to ponder, and such things have no place in our monastery.
Can I borrow any books here?
Yes, but please try not to take them out of the library. We already have trouble with brothers not returning them. I think I myself might have a forgotten volume or two in my cell.
Can I help with that?
That's up to Brother Crispin. But it's true he's overburdened and sorely short of time. Try asking him.
All right, I'll check with him. If Albic doesn't need me urgently.
That would be kind of you. So, let's move on. This is the chapter hall. Here, Abbot Jan receives important visitors and pilgrims.
You mean like when Sigismund came?
Of course. That was the most important visit and duty of recent years.
And does he trouble you, being here?
Of course not. We vacated an entire wing for His Majesty and his retinue. So he'd be comfortable and the monastery remained peaceful. Apart from the occasional excursion, we barely noticed him.
Have you had any other such visitors recently?
The king brought his closest attendants. Even his physician, whom the abbot, I believe, also asked for help.
2 royal physicians in one place? That's quite the coincidence.
Indeed. That's why I'm also curious why your master has come.
I'd like to know that too. But that's far above my station.
I understand. Sometimes it's best not to know, just to act. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me.
I planted my ass
Next,
where
we'll
royalty's
visit the
at.
beating heart of our monastery. Please, ignore the ongoing work.
No, I can't unsee the ongoing work. Holy shit.
Welcome to the Church of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. It's the pride of our monastery and the dominant landmark of the region.
What's with the hole in the floor?
Yes. That's one of the hazards of ongoing repairs. But that's not something a guest need concern himself with.
I don't mind. Tell me.
There's not much to tell. During repairs, the floor collapsed into the cellar spaces, and we're working on fixing it.
Oh, come on. There's got to be more to it. A cellar under the church? Storing onions on sacred ground?
Not onions, but bodies. Beneath the church is a crypt where abbots and other esteemed benefactors of the monastery are laid to rest.
I see why you wouldn't want to spread that around.
Oh no, I lost my goblin axe because of that bug.
Perhaps we should
I
leave
checked
the
older
laborers to their
saves.
work and move along.
I'd like to stay in the church a little while longer. I've been staring at it from Kuttenberg. I'm glad to finally get to see inside.
Let it serve as a reminder of who tended to the souls of the people of Kuttenberg for decades.
And do you think they need it?
It'll do them good. The townsfolk are building their own church outside the bounds of our parish. They claim they should choose who'll oversee their town.
Isn't that right, though? If they pick someone themselves, they're more likely to listen to it.
But what of tradition? Of glory? Of all the service we've given to the townspeople? Not to mention how much of Kuttenberg stands on land owned by the monastery.
Oh? Which part?
That's a matter for the monastery. Let's continue the tour. There's not much left now. Did you notice the cemetery by the monastery when you arrived?
Hard not to. It's enormous.
Yes. For a long time now, people have traveled even from far and wide to bury their loved ones here.
Why here, of all places?
Over a century ago, Abbot Heidenreich went on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land and brought back soil from Christ's tomb. Since then, people have come here in great numbers. After the plague and the wars of recent years, their numbers have only grown. We recently built the ossuary to have a place to lay the dead. These cells are reserved for brothers who hold an official position in the monastery.
And which cell is yours?
If you come through the garden gate, it's the first cell on the right. But I spend most of the day making rounds around the monastery, or assisting the abbot, who has his office above us.
Why are they here, specifically?
The abbot's study is upstairs, so we can be close at hand.
Where does that gate lead?
To the garden surrounding the monastery. We'd prefer you didn't go there too much. That part of the garden lies beneath the wing occupied by His Majesty.
Should we move on?
Please, this way. Next, I'll show you the abbot's chapel.
Won't the abbot mind?
Apparently not. The Right Reverend instructed me to give you as thorough a tour of the monastery as possible, including the chapel. He said ignorance mustn't hinder your ability to assist your master. The last part of our tour. This chapel is where the abbot himself prays. The painting above the altar shows Archangel Michael, weighing souls on a scale. We see sinners cast to hellish beasts and pious souls rising to the gates of heaven.
But
I believe in God, the Father Almighty.
Where'd he go? What the fuck?
To the right is the gate to the monastery wing used during King Sigismund's stay. We're
All
still
I got
cleaning
was
up
I believe in
after
God.
such noble company, so it's currently
You
inaccessible.
didn't even get me the. Oh, man.
And here's the infirmary, where you'll find Master Albic. Anything else you'd like to ask?
Are there any other interesting places you haven't shown me?
What exactly are you helping Master Albic with?
Mostly I make sure Albic has everything he needs.
Then I'm sure you'd enjoy meeting Brother Crispin in the library. He has books that might prove useful to you both.
Are there places I'm not allowed?
Aside from the wing occupied by King Sigismund, the abbot has granted you access to the whole monastery. But again, I ask you, only speak to the brothers when absolutely necessary.
I'd say I know everything I need. I'll go and check what Master Albic needs.
Good luck. And God be with you.
And with you.
I'll probably need that for later. Oh.
At your service, sir.
Oops.
Where the hell did the Confessor get so many valuables? Something doesn't add up here. There's not much here. So where did the valuables come from? So that's why the Confessor wanted flowers from me. You must like them.
Good day.
May you remain in good health.
Oh, Abbott. Who was this? I want to see those cellar plans just in case they get confiscated. Why would that be in a cell, though? These isolation chambers for repentance or prayer. Why is he not stopping me?
Well, I'll have a look here. Walking around here like a fool.
Probably flying a bit close to the sun on this. But treasure. The poop holes.
Why don't you go somewhere else?
Young man, could we borrow you for a moment?
What's going on here?
It's about Slavek not knowing when to stop.
Shut it, Yeshek! And you, young lord, what's your name?
I'm Henry, and I'm no lord.
All right then, Henry. Do you think you could settle this for us?
We were having a training duel. Servant Brother Carl makes sure we don't grow idle here. Well, Slavek thinks he struck me first. I say it was the other way round.
You're looking pretty battered for a training duel.
Yeah, once we get going, it's no laughing matter. We've both got a bit of a temper.
Either way, the fight should have ended the moment I hit you. If it had been a sharp blade, you'd be dead.
Bullocks.
How did it happen from your point of view, Yashek?
We were having a training duel, but it wouldn't be Slavik if he didn't run his gob the whole time. I didn't give a toss until he started insulting my mom. I won't have anyone doing that in front of me.
That's serious. What did he say?
That she squints, and I've got it from her. I warned him to shut his gob or he's done for. I gave him a jab in the shoulder, well-placed and educational, to end the fight then and there. But he got all riled up and came back at me.
That's a load of crap. He pounced at me out of nowhere. I was only defending myself.
I still want to hear what Slavek has to say.
Now that's more like it. We just wanted to warm up a bit. Attack, block, But Yeshek completely lost it. Left lower cut, lunge at the knee, then straight for the ribs from the right. All at full force, like he was trying to kill me. So I shout, "Ease up, have you lost your fucking mind?" And the idiot goes even harder. So I smacked him one. What else was I supposed to do?
Where exactly did you hit him?
Where do you think? Right on the skull. I blacked out for a moment, but then I just saw red.
Yeah, he looked like he'd completely snapped. He swung and... Ow! Bloody hell! He struck down at me with a full swing, straight to the collarbone.
Oh, come off it. You're making half of that up.
This bickering of yours is tiring. I'll tell you what I think, but then you'll both shut up. All right? Doesn't matter who struck first. It was a training fight.
Oh, it hurt like a real one.
Yeah, I'll have a scar across half my head because of it.
If either of you knew a master strike, you might have come off a bit better. Or at least one of you would have.
Master strike?
Your armed brethren probably call it a Meisterhowl. You deflect an attack and strike your opponent in one move.
Oh, don't give us that. Nothing beats a good solid smack in the teeth.
My thoughts exactly. We could still have a bout though, eh, Yeshek? Once they let us out.
I'm still pissed at you over the last one.
Oh, come on. I didn't mean that stuff about your ma. I've never even seen her. And anyway, I'm glad I ended up in the infirmary with you. What more do we need?
Yeah, no Ludov breathing down our necks day in, day out.
Who's Ludov?
Our commander. Tough, strict, but fair.
He's the only real knight among us, really. Came from Marienburg. That's a castle belonging to
And
the
now
Order.
I have his
Supposed to be
jacket.
massive.
I'd love to see it one day. I haven't set foot outside Bohemia in my whole
Probably.
life.
Don't worry. You'll see it when we march out of here. But till then, we're stuck here for a while.
Well, I wish you both a swift recovery. I'll be off now.
Thanks. By the way, if you run into Brother Carl, tell him not to take it to heart. We brought it on ourselves. He's a good man. And if you wanted, I'm sure he'd let you train with us at the camp. Just tell him you know us.
But watch yourself, so you don't end up like the two of us. I don't think Carl could take that.
I'll keep that in mind.
And Henry, before you go, I have one more favor to ask. When they were carrying me here, I dropped my purse somewhere along the way. A nice one, made of leather. Could you look for it? It had all my coin in it, but I can barely stand, let alone go searching.
Do you at least know where you lost it?
They dragged me along the path by the ponds. At one point, I got snagged on some bush, so they were yanking me back and forth. And I reckon that's when the purse got shaken loose. It was near that stone well in front of the main entrance to the church.
All right, I'll have a look. Maybe no one's picked it up yet.
Thanks. I'd be grateful.
You'll have to explain something to me. I expected all sorts in your cell, but jewelry? What's the meaning of it?
You'll have to figure that out.
Where's he standing?
I've already told you more than I should have.
That's no help to me. How did you even come by that jewelry?
Honestly, that much I can tell you.
So you got it from someone? Not as a gift, I suppose. Maybe during confession?
You know I can't say any more than I have.
Well, then at least give me another hint. Where next?
I've pointed you far enough.
It was all about the jewelry from the start, wasn't it? You sent me to find it.
I didn't send you for anything. You found it on your own.
Thank you, brother.
I forgot to pick the eyebrights.
We can do without it for a while.
What's that? Huh? What are you gawking at?
But not on their faces.
What did I do to you?
A podium. That's kind of cool.
The finest castle I've ever seen, and I've been to a few.
And the Poles are trying to take this marble from us?
Aye, but let them try. God's on our side.
No, he's on our side.
Your brother Crispin, right? I'm here about Yaroslav. I heard he works here as a translator.
Ah, yes. Poor Yaroslav. I pray daily for his recovery.
Look at the little
God has
tuft
blessed
of
him with
hair.
an extraordinary talent and a sharp mind. It would be a terrible loss if... But no. Such thoughts help no one. And who are you, anyway?
My name is Henry. I'm helping Master Albic in the infirmary.
Very well. What do you want to know about Yaroslav?
Could you tell me, please, where he was staying?
He has a cell in the dormitory upstairs. Go up the stairs in front of the scriptorium and turn right. Then it's the 5th cell from the door.
Ah, then I think I've already been there.
And did you come across anything useful?
Not really. He just had a few candles and some ink in his chest.
He's our most diligent scribe, after all. Half the monastery's consumption of ink, parchment, and quills is down to him. He regularly asks me to replenish his supplies. I suppose he stashed them there to have them close at hand.
And did he also ask you for a plan of the cellars? Because I found one there too.
The cellars? I know nothing about that. Scribes need plenty of light to work. What would he be doing in a cellar?
So you don't know where he got it? Or what he might have used it for?
Maybe he just stumbled across it in the library. But why he kept it, I can't say.
What exactly was Yaroslav doing here?
He's working on a translation of a book that came to us all the way from Genoa. While he was well, he spoke of nothing else. He knows Latin, Italian, and French. And thanks to his work, we have several valuable translated volumes in the library.
What book was he translating?
It's called the Decameron.
And what's the Decameron about?
I've not read it myself. I'm not as well versed in Italian as Yaroslav. I was waiting for him to finish the translation, but he spoke of it as a groundbreaking work of indescribable value. He even believed it might one day uplift the Christian people beyond their worldly suffering. He was so excited he barely ate or slept, just kept working. I thought it best to let him focus solely on the translation and assigned his other duties to others.
Where did Yaroslav work?
Here in the scriptorium, of course. You'll find his usual place right by the entrance. But be careful, he's got something unfinished there. He's spent so much time on it that it must be nearly done by now. It'd be a shame to ruin it just before completion.
Don't worry, I'll be careful. Who here knew Yaroslav best?
Most likely, Brother Celestine. He helps with copying books too, though he doesn't have nearly the same talent.
Celestine, you say? I should speak to him. Thanks. That's all I needed.
Good riddance, you vagabond.
Well, fuck you too, sir.
It's almost empty. What was Yaroslav working on all those days?
What are you skulking around for, you crook?
I've got my eye on you, you swine. Piss off. What else could I expect from an idiot like you?
Trying to act tough, I would wreck that guard. I would riggedy wreck him. Just choke him out. 'Cause I'm merciful.
Well, well. Who do we have here? Greetings.
God be with you, my good man.
And with you. I'll be keeping an eye on you. Look out.
Made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection, through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
What did I do to you?
What do you know about Brother Yaroslav? The librarian said you knew him better than anyone.
That's right. We joined the monastery at the same time and just got on somehow.
How does Yaroslav spend his time when he's not in the scriptorium?
Why are you even asking?
Master Albic put me up to it. He's treating him now. He said it might help if we knew more about Yaroslav.
I see. And how is he? Is the treatment working?
So, the afflicted, I've been finding shady things about them. They're going to try to say it's the will of God. Although, I think there's something spreading, or they were poisoned.
Honestly, I don't. I'm no physician.
I understand. I'll just keep praying for him then. What did you want to know?
No, I'm assuming too much.
Do you know where in the monastery Yaroslav goes most often?
He's in the scriptorium nearly all the time. He hardly strays from his beloved lectern. Yaroslav is completely immersed in his books. He's currently translating a new one from Italian. It's called the Decameron. He often stays in the scriptorium late into the night because of it. Shows up for morning prayers with his hands, sometimes even his nose, stained with ink.
Really? Crispin told me how hard-working Yaroslav is, but he's barely translated anything from his latest book.
What makes you say that?
Well, simple. The book is still lying in the scriptorium, and when I opened it, it was practically empty.
That's... You must be mistaken.
Why don't you believe me?
I do. I just don't want you going around and slandering Yaroslav left and right.
That's really not my aim.
Yeah, because being PC will help the
I might be
case.
onto something. I just don't yet know what. And if you won't tell me anything, I'll probably have to ask the librarian again.
Wait. Don't say anything to Crispin.
Oh? And why not?
Because he simply wouldn't understand. Oh dear. Promise you really won't tell anyone.
Oh, I can't promise
That's not an
anything.
option. If I find anything that might help Albic with the treatment, I can't keep it to myself.
All right. I just hope Yaroslav forgives me. One night, he accidentally woke me. The door to his cell creaks horribly. I already suspected his translation was taking oddly long, so I followed him that night. At first, it looked like he was heading to the scriptorium, but after he went down the stairs, he turned right and went down into the cellars. But when I went in after him, I couldn't see him anymore. I lost him in the dark.
Then you've no idea where he might have gone?
Not a clue. As far as I know, it's just barrels of wine down there. And empty wine barrels.
Why didn't you want to tell me?
Because I just don't want Yaroslav to get expelled from the monastery.
Just for going to the cellar? That doesn't mean anything.
What if he was meeting someone down there? Someone no one's supposed to see him with.
What, like a woman?
Well, I once saw him standing in the monastery doorway with some wench, and they looked like they were having a grand old chat.
The wench you saw Yaroslav with, was her name Blazena? Because she's now in the infirmary with that same illness.
I don't know. I was mainly looking at Yaroslav. I don't even know any of the maids by name.
And where exactly did you lose him? In the cellars?
In the corridor leading to the scriptorum, at the passage to the stairs to the lower level.
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. Has Yaroslav spoken to Brother Stephen recently? About confession, maybe?
I don't think so. Yaroslav doesn't neglect prayer or fasting, but he only rarely resorts to confession.
So you mean he sins, but avoids confessing it?
He hardly sees anything as sin. How can I put it? He chose a life of asceticism, but he's not afraid to live. He once said, "Why would God create the world if he didn't want man to discover it?"
Sorry, again...
In the corridor
That's enough for now.
What did I do to you?
Well, well. Who do we have here? Greetings.
May your sword hand serve you for many years.
Huh. Here's hoping.
This must be where Yaroslav got lost when Celestin followed him. There's wine in the air. Someone must have spilled a cask. Someone's walked through the spilled wine.
What the? Hey! How did you get in here? And who are you?
I'm trying to find out more about the 3 sick people in the
Here, I'll be
infirmary.
right back.
And all the signs led me right here.
Christ's precious passion. May the Lord forgive us.
Forgive you for what? And who even are you?
Voyta. We were, writing a book here. All of us.
What book are you talking about? You don't mean the Decameron?
Oh no. Yaroslav finished that one long ago.
What are you on about? The book on his lectern in the scriptorium is almost empty.
When Yaroslav started translating the Decameron, he soon realized what it was really about. He became afraid that if Brother Crispin, or, God forbid, the abbot, found out, they'd forbid him to continue the translation. They might even have the book destroyed. What a loss that would be. So once he'd finished the translation, he hid it down here instead.
So, what's the Decameron actually about?
That's not such an easy question. And you don't look like someone who came here to talk about literature.
Then at least tell me why Yaroslav was afraid to hand over the book.
Because
No, I came here to eat meat and fight people and become king of the peasants.
it doesn't focus so much on our Lord, but more on man. On human virtues, vices, good and bad intentions, and all the forms of love.
Really? All of them?
All of them. Mind you, the book pokes fun at the church a little.
And you, as servants of God, were fine with that? It mocks your faith.
I said the church, not God. There's a difference, even if not everyone wants to see it.
Right. So what was Yaroslav working on down here, then?
The Decameron left a strong impression on him. He decided to write a book of his own, in the same spirit, to celebrate what is as valuable to man as love, or the spiritual life. He later asked very earnestly me to work on the book together.
And what exactly did Yaroslav want to write about?
About humor, wit, laughter, about everything that can make a person laugh.
I like that. I enjoy a good laugh just about any time.
Then you and he would have got on well. Yaroslav believed that a sense of humor could help a person in hard times just as much as strong faith could.
There's something to that. Who knows how I'd have ended up if I hadn't been able to laugh at myself from time to time.
Just like Yaroslav said, laughter and humor are gifts from our Lord, among the mightiest. But the brothers probably wouldn't see it that way. That's why we met and worked in secret. Sometimes we'd write all night, other times we'd get into heated debates. And sometimes we just tried to outdo each other with witty sayings.
So, basically you were sitting down here telling jokes all night?
Among other things, but mostly we were working.
Go on then. Tell me one of the jokes you came up with.
Now? All right then. All right. Here's one. Do you know why monks lie down in the meadow among the sheep? Because they're waiting for the good shepherd.
Tell me another one.
So I went to see the apothecary, but I didn't like him at all. He was totally apathetic.
Tell me another one.
Brother Julian cooks fish every Friday.
Fucking look and sound. Henry's not impressed with this monk
Well,
shit.
That one was a bit dry.
So was Christ when he walked on water.
Tell me another one.
What were the last words of St. Lawrence when Emperor Valerian had him roasted alive on a grate? Turn me over. I'm done on this side.
That one was good.
Tell me another one.
A knight goes to confession and tells the priest, I feel a great weight on me that won't let me sleep at night. The priest replies, have you tried taking off your armor before going to bed?
Tell me another one.
5 clergymen meet, and they've nothing to tell each other, because they all turned up.
Tell me another one.
What do you call it when someone robs a storeroom full of pulses, but then repents and puts everything back? Appeasement.
Tell me another one.
The brothers are praying when suddenly the candle goes out. The novice gasps, it's a sign. The older brother says, yes, that's someone's breathing too hard.
Tell me another one.
The kitchen lad complains to his master.
How many of these does he
The
have?
cellar's terribly damp. How do you know? Asks the master. And the lad replies, yesterday, a fish got caught in the mousetrap.
Tell me another one.
How many does he have?
Brothers have a lot in common with God when they're working. Everyone knows they exist, but no one's ever seen them.
Tell me another one.
Why doesn't the monastery's rooster crow? Because he's taken a vow of silence too.
Tell me another one.
How does an astrologer flag down a wagon?
No idea.
By his sign.
Tell me another one.
What book has the most leaves in it? A herbarium, of course.
Tell me another one.
I think I'm out of jokes.
Oh, shame. I was hoping to hear a few more.
Sadly. But once Yaroslav gets better, we're bound to come up with more.
Who helped write your book?
Me, obviously Yaroslav, and Brother Ernest, and also Blazina.
And what was Blazina doing here? She's a maid. She probably can't write. And women aren't allowed in the monastery, are they?
I didn't get it at first either. Why Yaroslav brought her here. If anyone had found out, the abbot would have thrown us all out. But I soon understood. Humor isn't just for the educated or wealthy, let alone just for men. Laughter belongs to everyone. How could we grasp
No,
its
I don't
breadth
know the
with
laughter.
just our limited experience?
So, this isn't about any sin? Blajenna's just funny?
More than that. Her laughter, sense of humor, her knack for knowing when to make a joke. It's a true gift from God.
Who exactly is Ernest? I don't think I've met him.
One of the older brothers. He's in charge of all the building and repairs in the monastery.
And do you know if he might have fallen ill, too?
No idea. But now that you mention it, I haven't seen him for a while. And when I think how Yaroslav and Blazina are doing...
I'd best go and check on him myself. Where's his cell?
It's one of those under the abbot's quarters. The middle one on the right, if you're facing from the courtyard.
And how are you feeling, anyway? Are you all right?
Yes, at least for now.
No symptoms? Weakness, rash, fever, anything?
Nothing like that, I swear.
If you start feeling bad, report to the infirmary at once. Understood?
Of course.
What about the elder confessor, Stephen? Was he never part of this?
He's got nothing to do with it. He doesn't know a thing, unless someone slipped up during confession.
Where did you say Brother Ernest's cell is?
It's one of those under the abbot's...
How long have you been meeting here?
Since the start of summer.
So at least 30 days?
Roughly. I don't remember exactly. Sorry.
I've heard enough. I'll go and check on Ernest now.
Wait. What about me? What's going to happen to me?
I told you, if you're not feeling well, go to the infirmary. Albic will take care of you. Don't worry.
I meant our book. Please, don't tell the abbot about it. We weren't doing anything wrong, but if he found out, he'd throw us out.
Well, I have to tell Albic that the sick spent a lot of time together, but I probably won't go into detail.
I understand. I'll pray that all the sick recover swiftly.
Here begins the book called the Decameron, also known as the Arch Procurus, which contains 100 tales told over 10 days by 7 ladies and 3 young men. Here begins the first day of the Decameron, where in the exposition of the author it is shown how the persons who are to speak hereafter met together for the purpose of conversing under the rule of Papinea. Each of them tells of that which seemeth best unto him. Sir Chipelado deceives a friar with Chipolletto with a false confession and dies, though in life he was the vilest of men. After the death he acquires the fame of a saint and is now called Saint Chapelletto. It is meet, dearest ladies, that everything a man does should begin with admirable and holy name of him who is the maker of all things. Therefore, since I am the first to begin our storytelling, I propose to begin with one of his marvelous works. Let us hear it, for thereby our hope in him shall be strengthened as in a sure refuge, and we shall ever bless his name. It is a manifest that all earthly things What's going on here, pup? What's that? Oh, yeah, it's a manifest that all earthly things are transitory and moral, and moreover, being by themselves full of difficulty, care, and toil, are exposed to countless perils, so that we mortals living among them and of them could neither live among them nor avoid them. If there came not to us from the grace of God a strength and skill beyond our own, yet we must not think that such grace descends on us through any merit of ours. It springs from his own goodness and is called dawn by the prayers of those who, though mortal like us, so well obeyed his commandments in life that they are made eternal and blessed with him. For we, not daring to present our petitions before so mighty a judge, commend them to these blessed ones as intercessors who know by experience our frailty. But because our mortal vision cannot penetrate the mysteries of divine will, we all the more perceive how merciful is his goodness towards us. For if at any time our supposition misleads us, and we choose for the intercessor before his majesty one whom he has cast into eternal damnation, yet he, to whom nothing is hidden, regards rather the purity of the supplicant's heart than his ignorance, or the condemnation of the one invoked, and he hears those who pray to him as though the one they prayed to stood blessed before his face. All this will be plainly seen in the tale I mean to tell you. Holy shit. So this is just the fucking prologue still. Plainly I say, or I speak not according to the judgment of God, but of men. It is said then that a very wealthy and powerful merchant named Musciato Francesi was made a knight and was to set out for Tuscany. Or Tuscany? No, it's probably pronounced Tuscany. With Messer Charles, surnamed the Lame, brother of the King of France, whom the Pope Boniface had summoned and persuaded to make the exposition, but realizing that his affairs, as is usual with merchants, were spread over many places and very intricate, and could not easily be wound up in haste. I regret taking that Nighthawk potion. I thought I was going to need stealth. He resolved to entrust them to various persons. He managed to provide for all, save that he could not think whom to appoint to recover certain debts owed him by some Burgundians. This uncertainty was caused by the notorious character of the Burgundians, who were reputed to be contentious, dishonest, and faithless. Therefore, Musciato was long at a loss to think where he could find a man so wicked that he might rely on him to match their wickedness. As he pondered long on this, there came to his mind a man who had often visited him at his house in Paris. His name was Sir Cipolletto. Oh, the guy from earlier. Of Prato. And as he was of small stature and much given to finery, the French, guessing at his name, took Cipolletto to mean Chaparella, which they interpreted as capello, and that is a wreath in their tongue. And since he was, as I have said, a small man, they did not call him Capello, but Cipolletto. So he is known everywhere by that name, and few knew that he was really called Sir Ciparello. Now this Cipolletto's life was in this wise. Being a notary, he took shame when anyone discovered that a deed of his, and he drew up but a few, wasn't actually true. He would rather draw up a false document for free than make a true one for a great fee. His greatest delight was to give false testimony, whether asked or not, and since in those days oaths were held in high regard, he had no scruple in swearing falsely. By this wickedness he won many suits when he was called to swear to the truth on his faith. He took particular pleasure, and was most diligent in doing so, in stirring up bad blood and enmity and scandal between friends, kindred, or others. And the greater the harm that came of it, no wonder he didn't want to give this to the church. The greater the harm that came of it, the greater his joy. It asked to commit murder or other villainy, he never refused, and went readily. Many times he gladly killed men with his own hands. He blasphemed against God and the saints most grievously, and the smallest things would make him rage like few others. He never went to church, despised the sacraments, and spoke of them with contempt as vile things. On the other hand, he delighted in taverns and other shameful places, and visited them often. He hated women like a dog hates a stick, but rejoiced in perverse love more than any other wretch. He could rob and steal and yet seem holy. He was a glutton and a drunkard. If something went awry, he flew into a fury. He was a gambler and notorious as a cheating dice player. But why say more? He was, in short, perhaps the most worst man born. His misdeeds were long protected by the favor and power of Messer Machado, whose sake even those he had wronged often bore with him, as did the courts where he perpetually committed injustice. So when Messer Machado remembered this, Sir Chipoletto, whose life he knew full well, he judged him the very man to deal with the wickedness of the Burgundians. He sent for him and spoke to him as follows. As thou knowest, Sir Chipoletto, I am bound for distant parts, and among other matters, I have debts owing to me by certain Burgundians who are, for the most part, errant knaves. I know not to whom I could better entrust the business of collecting them than to thee. Thou art idle at present, and if thou wilt undertake it, I shall procure thee favour at court, and of that which thou shalt recover, I shall give thee a fair portion. Sir Chipoletto was then out of employ and in poor case, seeing that his protector was departing. How many fucking pages is this? And that he might not easily find another, resolved to accept, and declared himself ready to go. So, being agreed, Sir Chipoletto received full powers and the letter of commendation from the king, and after Messer Machado's departure, betook it to himself to Burgundy. Burgundy's a fucking place where he was little known. Burgundy is a fucking place. I did not know that. There he began to recover the debts and to manage the business for which he had come, with a show of such mildness and honesty quite foreign to his nature, that it seemed he reserved his rancor for a better season. He took up lodging in the house of two Florentine brothers, usurers by trade, who esteemed him greatly for Messer Machado's sake. It chanced that during his stay he fell sick, and the brothers took care of him and sent for physicians and did all they could to restore him to health. But all was in vain, for the old scoundrel, being full of years and sin, waxed daily worse, so that the doctors gave him over for dead. This was a sore trouble for the two brothers, who, lodging next to his chamber, began to speak together thus. What shall we do with this man? Said one to the other. To turn him out of doors, sick as he is, would be a most foul disgrace and cruelty, seeing now we have received him and tended him so carefully. And yet, if he dies here unshriven, not a church will receive his body, but they will cast it into the ditch like that of a dog. And should he confess, 'twill be the same. He has lived so abominable a life, and has so many grievous sins upon his soul, that no friar or priest will ever, or will dare, or be able to absolve him. And if this should happen, as most likely it will, and folk hereabout get wind of it, they will rise up, for they hate our trade, and speak ill of us every day. They'll seize this pretext to plunder us, crying out, "We will have no more of these Lombard dogs, whom not even the church will receive into consecrated ground." They will storm our house, and we shall not only lose our substance, but perchance our lives as well. In short, come what may, if the man dies, 'twill be ill with us. Now Sir Chipolletto lay in the adjourning chamber, and being sick, had his senses all the keener. He heard all they said, and bade them come to him. When they entered, he said, "I would not have you take thought or fear that any harm shall come to you through me. I have heard what you said, and I grant it would fall out as you suppose, were things to be as you think. But it shall be otherwise. I have done so much evil in my life that one more falsehood will neither damn me nor save me less. Bring me, then, a holy and devout friar, the most upright you can find, and leave all else to me. I shall order so for both your sakes and mine, that you shall have good cause to be content." Though they placed little trust in his words, the beggars went to a monastery and begged for a godly and wise friar to hear the confession of a sick Lombard in their house. Their monks sent them an aged friar of holy life and great learning, held in utmost reverence by the townsfolk. Him they brought to Sir Chipolletto. When the friar entered the sick man's chamber, he sat beside them, spoke to him kindly, and asked when he had last confessed. Sir Chipolletto, who never confessed in his life, replied, "Father, it is my custom to confess at least once a week, sometimes more often. Indeed, it is now more than a week since I last confessed, owing to the suffering of my illness." "Son," said the friar, "thou hast done well, and I rejoice in thy habit. I see, then, that this confession will be short and easy." "Say not so, holy father," answered Sir Chipolletto. "I never made a confession so often that I did not always, as now, ask for a general confession, beginning from the day I was born to the present, so that my soul might be purged of every stain I could recall. Therefore, I pray thee, question me as if I had never confessed before. And be not troubled for my illness, better to afflict the body than imperil the soul, which Christ redeemed with his precious blood." These words pleased the good friar greatly, and he thought it a sign of contrition. He praised him and began to ask whether he had ever sinned carnally with a woman, to which Sir Chipolletto heaved a sigh and said, "Father, I am ashamed to answer, for I fear to fall into vainglory." "Speak plainly, son," said the friar. "To tell the truth is no sin, whether in confession or otherwise." "Since thou biddest me, father," said Sir Chipolletto, "I tell thee I am as chaste as when I came from my mother's womb." "Blessed be thou of God," cried the friar. "Great is thy merit, for thou hadst more freedom than we who are bound by rule, yet didst remain pure." He then asked God, or if he had offended God by gluttony. Sir Chipolletto sighed again and said he had many times foresaid he, though he fasted more than others, often keeping 3 days a week to bread and water, even outside of Lent. It drank water with such pleasure, especially after prayer or processions, as drunkards drink with wine. As he longed for salads made of herbs, as noblemen do when they go to the country. Sometimes he said they seemed to him too savory, and for one fasting out of devotion. "My dear son," said the friar to him, "these are natural failings of little report. I would not have thee burden thy conscience more than is needful. Every man, even the most holy, delights in good food, after long fasting and in a drink when he is wearied." "Ah, no, dear father, you say so only to comfort me," answered Sir Chipoletto. "But you know full well, as do I, that everything we do in God's service should be done with utmost purity and without the least stain on the soul. And whoever acts otherwise sins." The friar was much pleased with his reply and said, "I am glad that thy heart is thus tightly disposed." I'm hoping there's an actual clue in this, because this book sucks. "And I rejoice to find conscience clean and good in this. Tell me, however, hast thou ever sinned against, or through avarice, hast thou ever wished to possess more than was right, or kept aught that was not thine?" To which Sir Chipoletto replied, "My father, I would not have thee judge me for lodging in the house of these usurers. I have no dealings with them. Nay, I am here for to rebuke, and turn them from their wicked love of gain. I believe I might have succeeded had not God afflicted me thus. Know that it was not I, but my father who made me wealthy, but after his death I gave away the greater part of my estate in alms to maintain myself and assist Christ's poor. I dealt in small wares, yet whatever I gained I have divided it into, one half for myself, the other for the poor. And the Lord so prospered me that I gained more and more." "Thou hast done well," said the friar. "And how didst thou fall into anger?" "Ah, in that I have grievously sinned, I must tell you," answered Sir Chipoletto. "And who could help it, seeing daily how men do wickedness, heed not God's commandments, and fear not his judgment? How many times I wished rather to die than live, and behold such things. How the young chase after vanity, how they blaspheme and forswear themselves, how they taunt taverns instead of the house of the Lord, and walk worldly paths rather than those of righteousness." "Dear son," said the friar, "that was righteous wrath, and I cannot impose penance for such. But tell me, didst thou ever in thy anger commit murder, or speak evil, or do any other wrong?" Sir Chipoletto replied, "Alas, reverend father, how canst thou ask such things, thou who seemst a man of God? Had I ever even entertained the faintest thought of such a deed, thinkest thou I could hope for God's favor? Such doings belong to villains and malefactors. Nay, whenever I saw such folk, I would say unto them, Go, and may God turn thy heart." Then said the friar, "God bless thee, dear son, but tell me, didst thou ever bear false witness against thy neighbor, or speak ill of him, or take aught from him without knowing?" "At times, reverend father," answered Sir Chipoletto, "I have spoken ill of my neighbors, for I have a neighbor who gave scandal to all by beating his wife. And I once spoke harshly to him, for I pitied the woman. He struck her every time he had drunk too much." "Well then," said the friar, "thou hast told me thou hast been a merchant. Didst thou ever cheat, as merchants are wont to do?" "Dear God, reverend father, yes," replied Sir Chipoletto, "though I know whom not I wrong. Once a man paid me what he owed for cloth, and I, without counting, put the money into my chest. A month later, I found there were more coins than I should have been counted. I kept them for a year, but never discovered to whom they belonged. At last, for the love of God, I gave them to the poor. Small matter, said the friar, and thou didst rightly to dispose of it. The devout friar asked many other questions. Sir Chipoletto asked them all, or answered them all in a like manner. But when the friar was about to give him absolution, Sir Chipoletto said, "Oh, this is going to be a good one, actually. Reverend Father, I have not, or have yet one sin I have not confessed." The friar asked what it was, and Sir Chipoletto replied, "I remember that once I told my servant on a Saturday after terce to sweep the house, and so I failed to keep the Lord's daily holy as I thought." "Ah, my dear son, that is a light offense," said the friar. "Oh no," said Sir Chipoletto. "Say not light offense, for the Lord's day must be held in the greatest reverence. That is the day our Lord rose from the dead." "And is there no other sin thou wouldst confess?" asked the friar. "Yes, Reverend Father," said Sir Chipoletto. "Once I was so careless that I spat inside the Lord's temple." The friar smiled and said, "My dear son, take no heed of that. The monks do it all the time." But Sir Chipoletto answered, "That, Father, is most unseemly in you. For nothing should ever be held more sacred than the place where holy rites are performed." In short, Sir Chipoletto chattered thus without ceasing, then began to sigh and weep bitterly, for he was well practiced in the art of tears and could shed them at will. "What ails thee, dear son?" asked the friar. And Sir Chipoletto replied, "Alas, Reverend Father, there is yet one sin I have never confessed, and I am ashamed to tell it. Whenever I remember it, I weep, as thou seest, and I fear God will never pardon me." "Come now, my son," said the good friar, "what is this?" If one man had all the sins ever committed and ever to be committed in this world, and truly repented as I see thou dost, God, who is full of mercy, would forgive him freely if he but confess. Tell me then, and fear not. This is too much to read. Well, out loud at least. Okay, so Chipoletto died the same day.
Excuse me?
Ooh, it's damp, chilly, but the air is clean. If the disease really spread through foul air, then they must have caught it somewhere else. Loads of written parchments. They really must have been meeting here for a long time.
I'm sorry?
Interesting.
What do you... What did I do to you?
Christ! I'm too late. Some building plans. Looks like a church, and underneath, probably a crypt? A rash, same as the sick in the infirmary. He died sooner, so he must have been the first to catch it. I should tell Albic about this.
Look at that bling. Get a little pop. Or an opal encrusted pop. Pop.
Where's the confessor? About that purse of yours.
Yes? Did you find it?
Ah, Christ, just leave already, you scoundrel.
I found another infected.
You're not the only one. While you were gone, they brought in several more. So, where's your sick man?
With the Lord now. I found him too late.
Lord have mercy. Do you at least know who it was?
One of the monks. His name was Ernest.
That's the second death today. Let's hope it's the last. The confessor's dead. Old Stephen.
Don't blame yourself. I'm sure you did everything you could to help him.
We tried, but sometimes there's just nothing we can do. At least we know he's no longer suffering. And what about you? Did you find out anything about the others who are sick? Do they have anything in common?
I found some jewelry in Stephen's cell. It looked quite old.
Jewelry? Where would he have got that from?
He might have stolen it. But given how strict he was about the seal of confession, it doesn't seem likely. Maybe someone else stole it. But guilt caught up with him, and he gave it to Stephen during confession.
Maybe. But surely we'd have heard about such a theft by now. Unless...
they stole it from someone who can't tell anyone anymore. Do you think we've got a murderer here?
I've no idea. It's all just guesswork.
I found out that Ernest, Yaroslav and Blazena were meeting regularly. There's a secret copying workshop in the cellar.
A secret? But why? And what in God's name was she doing there?
From what I gathered, the translator got hold of some indecent book in the vernacular. I think it was called...
The Decameron?
Yes. You know it?
It caused quite a stir at the university in Padua. The students loved it, the masters forbade it, and the clergy cursed it. But back to the matter. What else?
Yaroslav was only supposed to translate the book, but it ended up inspiring him to write something of his own, and that's what he was working on with the others.
That explains why those three got infected. Do you think it happened in their workshop? Did you notice dampness, mold, any strange smell or bad air?
Nothing like that. It was damp, but the air was otherwise clean.
In that case, someone must have brought the illness to them.
But who?
Probably Ernest. If he died first, it would make sense.
Or maybe the illness just killed him faster because he was older. Like the confessor.
That's possible too.
So, what are we going to do now?
We'll go to the abbot. You, Zacharias, and I. This is getting out of hand, and the number of sick keeps rising.
To the abbot? Right now?
You think waiting will solve anything?
You've all come. That can't mean anything good.
Oh no, it's you three again.
Ill and the infirmary's filling up fast.
We're trying to give them all they need. But soon there'll be no beds, and they'll have to lie on the floor.
How many have died?
The old confessor, Brother Stephen.
And Brother Ernest, too.
Ernest?
He died in his cell. No one even knew he'd fallen ill.
So, it started then.
Ernest wasn't treated. Even mild illness can be deadly without care.
And Stephen's age didn't help either.
When the Black Death last swept the town, it also started slowly. The old, the sick, those no one missed were the first to die. And then we couldn't even bury the dead in time, let alone give them the last rites. Now, the Lord is punishing us for it.
We do have some good news. With Henry's help, we might soon uncover where the infection's coming from.
We know that Brother Yaroslav and that maid both met with Ernest, so the illness must have spread between them.
They all met? Even the maid? Why?
Well, I didn't mean they were all together at the same time. Just that both Yaroslav and Blazhena had encounters with Ernest.
Why would a maid be meeting with Ernest? That makes no sense.
Ernest never left the monastery grounds.
He did, in fact, fairly often. He was one of the few allowed out for work reasons.
Then they must have run into each other by chance, somewhere outside.
Very well, then.
Just breathing the same foul air as someone infected for a while puts you at risk.
And since I found Ernest already dead, we believe he's the one who brought the sickness among the others. If he was the first to die, then he must have been the first to catch it, right?
But where did he catch it?
I don't know yet, Father. But I have certain suspicions. What was his job in the monastery?
Ernest oversaw all building and repair work in the monastery.
And what had he been working on lately?
He'd been supervising repairs in the church. A floor had collapsed above the crypt recently. He was assigning tasks to laborers and overseeing the work.
Which crypt do you mean?
Some important nobles are buried there. But most of all, it's the tomb of my predecessors. May their souls rest in peace.
That might be the source of the foul air. The illness could have spread from the exposed crypt.
I ought to go into the church and inspect everything thoroughly, especially that crypt.
That's not a good idea. If the illness is really spreading from there, no one should go in.
I understand your concerns, Zacharias. But Henry is right. At this point, it's just a supposition, and we must put it to the test.
Enough. What nonsense is this? No one's going into that crypt. The disease is spreading. The infirmary is full. We've already got 2 dead.
Father, I understand you're afraid, but...
Afraid? I'm not afraid. I bear responsibility for the whole monastery, for every living soul. And it's my God-given duty to do everything I can to protect them from the plague.
Father, wait. Just give us a day. 2 at most. I'll just find out where the sickness came from.
You won't get another hour. The monastery is to be sealed. No one goes in, no one comes out. All the monks are to withdraw to their cells.
What about us? You want to keep us here against our will?
I don't want to, but I must. And at the same time, I humbly ask for your help. Believe me, you'll be repaid when the time is right. You came to me with a certain request. Help me, and you may consider it granted.
It's for the best, Albec. Even if it turns out not to be the plague, it's still a deadly illness. And we're within sight of the town. If it spreads to Klutenberg, it'd be a disaster.
I know. But as you wish. I'm sorry, Henry. But I'm afraid we have no choice.
Just gonna dump these in the cemetery. Things are looking a bit bleak. course you're gonna get tummy scratches. Stuff you hanging over the ears, mister.
Tibi Domine, fratrum nostrum, militer commendamus, ut quem in hac vita mortali, immenso semper es prosecutus amore, nunc manis omnibus liberatum, in requiem ingredi iubias sempiterna. Tuam ergo clementium de pecamur, ut quia prima iam transierunt, illum in paradisum tum begnine perducas, ubi neque luctus, neque clamor, neque dolor erit ultra. Sed pax et gaudium, Filio tuo et Spiritus Sancto in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Sorry, I had to look away. I don't understand Latin. Sir. Give me hugs. Is that the book that I tried to read? No, it's that one over there. Do I gotta look at this book? And another one.
This whole situation keeps getting worse. How am I meant to treat a disease I know almost nothing about? This can't end well.
And what do you suggest? The abbot's forbidden us from going anywhere outside the infirmary.
Not only that, he's had the monastery gates shut. No one's allowed in.
Or out. Ludolf's men are even patrolling the grounds. We're literally imprisoned.
Still, something must be done. The beds are nearly full, and there's not endless space on the floor either.
Henry, I know I've no right to ask this of you.
If there's anything I can do to help, tell me. The sooner you manage to get this sickness under control, the better for everyone.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well now. And here you were acting like you'd been forced to take that assistant on against your will.
Actually, that was the case. But let's get to the point. Search the church crypt. If there's a plague grave down there, uncovered by that collapse, then at least we'll know for sure.
But surely no one would have buried plague victims there. That's where the abbot's tombs are.
I'm not looking to confirm it. On the contrary, I want to rule it out. I still don't believe we're dealing with plague. I'll stay here and tend to the sick.
Let me assist you, friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There's enough work here for the both of us. Henry, try speaking with the workers repairing the collapsed floor. In the best case, they might have noticed something. In the worst case, they'll already be showing symptoms of the disease.
And how do I get there? I'm not even supposed to poke my nose outside. The knights are patrolling the grounds.
If they catch him wandering somewhere he shouldn't be, they'll have him thrown out.
And the abbot will find out we're investigating the source of the outbreak despite his explicit orders. But this is about lives. Henry, I believe you can do it. But still, be careful.
I'll do what must be done. Just make sure you look after the sick.
Hold on. In Italy, physicians wear a kind of hood with a mask. It protects them from foul air and perhaps even the plague.
True. I've heard the same in Padua.
Sounds good. But where am I meant to get one around here?
With a bit of skill, you can make it yourself. All you need for the hood is a piece of leather. You'll need to hang fragrant herbs around the collar. Something like mint or sage.
Might as well perfume myself all over.
You jest. But yes. The less foul air you breathe in, the better.
You can use the workbench in the alchemical workshop to make it.
All right. I'll be off then.
Best of luck. And God be with you.
And with you.
Mind where you're going!
I figure this is a good spot to end it. This is getting, like, it's becoming abundantly clear that I am not completely prepared for what is yet to come. 2 people just died, so that means that it's already getting worse, and depending on how it goes, people could start dropping like flies, and I gotta start working on figuring out the cause. Could be an ailment from the crypts, but it could also be poison. It has something to do with the crypts, or there might be a connection to the crypts. And I suppose we'll figure out next episode. I'm gonna get off though and play a little bit of Arc Raiders before morning hits. Anybody who's watching, feel free to like and sub if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you around.